Hey everyone, I wanted to share a true story that a friend of mine passed along. So they actually personally know the homeowners involved. So it's about a private home sale that turned into a legal battle all over a thumbs up emoji. So it went all the way to the BC Supreme Court and shows how a small misunderstanding can lead to a major legal mess. So this could happen to anyone, and that's why I wanted to break down exactly what was happening in the situation so that we can learn from it and not have it happen to us. So before we get started, disclaimer, I want to be clear that I am not a lawyer and nothing in this video should be taken as legal advice. I'm simply sharing a true life situation for educational purposes. So if you're dealing with a legal issue or need advice, please consult a licensed legal professional. Hi there. For those new to my channel, welcome. I'm Sonia Ramgobin, realtor with RE/MAX, servicing the Durham region and the GTA. And as always, my hope is that these videos keep you informed and help you navigate the real estate market with confidence. So here's exactly what went down. So the Garvey brothers, which are the sellers, listed their home privately, so with no realtor, for $759,000. A buyer came along by the name of Ross and made an offer for $750,000, which the sellers turned down and encouraged Ross to make another offer in the future if he was still interested. So Ross was pretty irritated by this response because he just couldn't understand why the sellers wouldn't just send him a counter offer for what they were hoping for. Anyhow, after a few calls and texts back and forth, the sellers then sent Ross a counter offer for $769,000 with adjusted terms. But here's where things get messy. The seller never signed or initialed their counter offer. Either way, Ross accepted the terms, he signed it and sent it back, assuming that the deal was done. He even then texted the sellers to confirm and got a thumbs up emoji in the reply. So Ross believed that the emoji sealed the deal. So here's the issue. Did that emoji count as an official acceptance? Well, Ross believed it did, and he claimed that he had a binding deal. He insisted that once he accepted that counter offer without any changes, the agreement was complete. But the seller said that they were still negotiating and never agreed to sell the home to Ross. They said the emoji wasn't a formal acceptance, it was just part of a conversation. So the deal fell apart and the whole thing ended up in court. So what ended up happening was Ross attempted to sue the sellers and placed a certificate of pending litigation on the property, which means that the sellers couldn't sell the home until the court resolves the issue. So based on this case, the court looked at two key questions. Number one, was there a valid contract? And number two, if so, was it enforceable? So the court's decision for question number one was yes, there was a valid contract because there was enough communication back and forth to say that the contract was formed. The terms were clear and both sides showed intent. So now that brings us to question number two. Was the contract enforceable? So here's where things took another turn. The judge explained that just because a contract might exist, it doesn't mean it's automatically enforceable, especially in real estate, where the law requires contracts to be in writing and signed in order to count in court. So just sending an email isn't the same as signing it. And a thumbs up emoji or even a simple yes in a text doesn't meet the legal standard for a signature under real estate law. The law says a contract must be signed. So because of that, the court dismissed Ross's lawsuit, saying that the contract was not legally enforceable. So what's the big takeaway here? It's that intent is not enough. In real estate, everything must be in writing and properly signed. Emojis and casual text won't hold up in court. So the reason I'm sharing this story with you is not to discourage you from buying or selling properties privately, but rather to show you how easily communication can be misunderstood, especially over text or email. So if you're going the private route, don't assume a friendly conversation or an informal agreement is enough. Please keep things professional and make sure everything is clearly documented. And most importantly, know and understand what you are signing, because even small details missed or steps skipped can turn into major legal headaches down the line. Well, I hope this information was helpful. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out. If you think this video would help anyone else, please go ahead and share it. And if the content on my channel appeals to you, please consider liking, and subscribing. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.